Peace. This is a meat and potatoes sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today I want to talk to the occult family about a very paramount subject. And today's subject is love is the deadliest narcotic. What we must understand when we seek love, we're going to run into people whose drug of choice is love. They're more in love with the idea and the appearance of love than actually putting in the hard work. And what ends up happening is that the person that truly loves with all their being and all their soul ends up broken and picking up the pieces. And then also on the human level, you have to end up explaining yourself to family and friends. One thing about people who use this particular drug, it's more deadly than prescription drugs, crack, heroin, etc. Because a lot of people, when they look for a person they target, they're selling them a fantasy. Why do you think that so many people are addicted to reality TV shows and putting up these king and queen memes and power couple madness? Why do you think that? Because we live in a society that knows that love is a great narcotic. It will give you a high and a euphoria like none other. It will do this. So let your mentor talk to you about this because I went through this. I'm no different than a lot of other people. People come and they'll just sell you this dream and they'll do all this and then they're luring you in. Now remember, they're an addict. And once you start, your occult DNA starts rising, there's going to be attacks on your spiritual immune system. So when they come, they're selling you something because they want you, at least in the present time, participate in their addiction to enable their addiction. Isn't this what parents do? Or loved ones? You know somebody's an addict and you enable them. It's no different than somebody that is going through the same thing. Because Bob Marley had this to say, and he directed this towards women, but it can also be applied to men. Why would you get someone to fall in love with you when you had no intention of loving them back? The reason that this happens is because one, they either come from a broken family. Two, they were in the system at some point in time. They were in the system, whether it be the foster care system or they were in the criminal industrial complex. And three, we all have toxicity in our families. I do. Many of my students do. We all have this. But the thing is, sometimes you're going to have to work towards breaking that cycle. And that's a job within itself. So, what does the love addict do? Well, they're going to be your ultimate fantasy. The sex is going to be dynamic, the kisses, you need money, they'll give it to you, they're always seeing you. They will even be perfect if you have children. They'll embrace your children, take photos, y'all go out to dinner. Your mom and your father, like, hey, that's a good one right there. This is an act. Trust me. Listen to me again. This is an act. You want to know why? Let your mentor tell you why. Because what they're doing is they're luring you to participate because with any addict, there's illusions of grandeur. And you think that when this love person that has an addiction, when they want to see photos of you and they want to know about your past, some of your past relationships, what happened, how they approach it, with any addict, they're cunning, but their brain waves, it doesn't function the same way as others. So they're gathering intelligence. You want to know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. You have an argument with that man or woman, and the first thing they'll say is, I see why you were. I see what happened in your last relationship. Oh, now I know why your mother or your father had reservations of me being with you. This is what's going to happen. They will get your own family to turn against you. And as I have said previously, every story has a hero and a villain. And now you're becoming a villain because they're smart enough to know there's dysfunction in every family. So they're slithering like a serpent. And they are going to exploit that intelligence. They're going to exploit it. And then after 6 to 8 months, the love addict moves on to someone else. Now you're broken, you're doubting yourself, your confidence is clearly shaken, and now you're seeing them with someone else. Because with any addict, it's about the high, the euphoria, the ups, the peaks. So when you have to actually put in work, that's not something that they want to do. In the beginning, yes, I want to get married, I want this life, and they're steadily luring you in because they want you to ingest the drug with them. They have no intentions of marrying you and spending the golden years together. That is not happening. And traveling, that's not taking place. And I want to say this to the occult family. There was a movie called Legend, starring Tom Hardy, Australia actor. He also portrayed Venom, but the movie Legend deals with the British gangsters Ronnie and Reggie Cray. Now, I'm going to play DJ here for a minute. I want my students, because I know how this feels when you be with somebody and they don't live up to their own hype. They went from relationship to relationship, or they're married and didn't tell you, or they did tell you and they're supposed to be getting out of the marriage. Good luck with that. But on the Legend soundtrack, there's an artist named Duffy, and the song is Whole Lotta Love. Please, I implore you, listen to that song. So, there are prescription drugs, there are street drugs, but love is the deadliest narcotic of all. Please don't become addicted to it. Love because it's rewarding, there's redemption, and there's spiritual evolution. But don't use love to further your trauma and destroy someone else and keep their trauma going. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.